The Roanoke colony, a mysterious beginning. Established way back in 1587 on Roanoke Island just off the coast of what's now North Carolina. The leader was John White, and there were around 115 people, including women and children. This was actually the first English attempt at a permanent colony in the New World. John White returned to England for supplies shortly after the colony was established, but because of the war with Spain and the whole Spanish Armada situation, his return ended up being delayed for about 3 years. When White finally came back in 1590, the colony was deserted. No bodies, no signs of struggle, just the word Croatoan carved into a post and the letters CRO carved into a nearby tree. Importantly, there was no cross or distress signal, which had been agreed upon as a sign of trouble. So, theories about what happened. One theory is that they joined the Croatoan tribe. The Croatoan people, now associated with the Hatteras tribe, lived on nearby Hatteras Island. It's possible the settlers, maybe facing starvation or conflict, ended up assimilating into this tribe. Some later settlers even claimed to have seen blonde-haired Native Americans, which hints at possible mixing of populations. So the second theory is that they attempted to relocate. Some believe they tried to move inland or maybe even to another island, and yeah, there's a theory out there that they tried to sail back to England themselves and were just lost at sea. Okay, so theory number 3, massacre or disease. It's possible they may have been killed by hostile tribes, though honestly no archaeological evidence has ever really supported this idea. Disease, starvation, or maybe even internal conflict could also have wiped them out. Alright, moving on to theory number 4, Spanish attack. Spain at that time was definitely hostile toward English colonization, so, a secret attack is possible, but it's still totally unproven. Let's talk about modern investigations for a second. Archaeology-wise, excavations on Roanoke and Hatteras Islands have uncovered some artifacts like English pottery that suggest maybe some survivors ended up living with native tribes. And DNA testing? Well, some projects have tried to trace DNA in local tribes and families looking for English ancestry, but so far the results are still inconclusive. So why does it still matter? The lost colony of Roanoke became this symbol of mystery and caution for future English settlers. It really reminds us just how fragile early colonization was, and honestly, how many stories are just lost to history.